the Roninpawn, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Roninpawn live stream with Speedrunning Clustertruck 2021. Coffee down my throat, I'm still waking up. What's up, AJ?
Yay! Is that what I was supposed to say? Oh, okay. Today, we're going to have L versus LL, or Lexi versus Lolo. Yeah. And I think it's noUtility, right, Ronin? Right? Is that what we're doing?
Sure. Like I know.
Okay.
I did the old hit the snooze button, and then hit the snooze button, and then roll over and hit the snooze button until it was about 20 minutes before the show, and I said, all right, let's go make one of my best performances. I don't have to perform. Y'all's racing. Y'all's here to watch people's race. Y'all be TF and Lexio and Toasty Take 67. Toasty Takes. How do you, what is it? What's it? So the 6 is like an E, and then what's the 7 when you know, in elite speak? 420 Haxers no scope?
Yeah, 420? Oh, you already said 420, shit. By the way, you're drinking in the background right now? Is that normal? Okay, never mind. You're drinking your studio. Okay, no, it's just the green screen. Okay. You.
I know. Okay, so yeah, the L's, and so here's the thing. It's a special day in addition to me being, you know, almost entirely awake for this. Special day. Today is our first day running 3 races instead of the 2 or sometimes 1 that we've done. We're going to have another special day. We almost had it today where we run 0 races completely unannounced because I keep hitting the snooze button. But today we're going to do 3 of them instead.
Okay. That's next week we're doing 0 races. No, I'm kidding.
Which does say that we're moving into, you know, nearing the end of this bracket tournament system. You know, we didn't want to try and do 3 races until the field had been narrowed down some, and we're down to players who we expect will be getting through this game sub 30 minutes, pretty much all of them, so we're doing 3 races at a go. Starting out with noUtility today. Actually, we've got 2 noUtilities and an any percent race coming up. Tell us about that any percent race that'll be coming up last there, AJ. Who's that between? So
apparently it's between this furry, I think, called Wolfii. It's a wolf boy, probably. And then there's this really cool person that's going against that person. I won't name him, but he's pretty cool, and they're going to play any percent and fight to the death. That's just what I hear. I
guess we'll have to find out who the special runner is.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Okay. How about we see how these runners do, right? Let's have them race. Let's have them kill each other. Let's see people die. Because one of them are going to be knocked out, right? Because this is a loser's bracket, this one. Who's going to die?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is.
Why you gotta be so violent, man? Who hurt you? Oh, God, I'm making the race timer do things. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Do that. Yeah. Well, never mind.
All right. Can I start the countdown, Ronin?
If you want to. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start the countdown then.
I was ready now.
Runners,
I'll never
get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Hey!
I wish it just says go instead of blast off, but damn.
The timer started on time anyway, I think. Oh, Jesus, what's going on? Who's who? First off on my screens, we got Lolo.
The bottom one.
Yeah.
Bottom one's double L. This top one's L. Or, I mean, I guess. Never mind.
What?
Okay, whatever.
You're confusing me.
Oh, wait, no, that one's L. No, it's LL. Ooh. A tragic death on 1-3.
Uh-oh. Tragic death of the internet.
Splice.
And suddenly in 9-10, it's Lolo going for... No, Lexi going for... I'm still very confused about who's who. My brain just doesn't want to do this today. It's almost as though it feels like I just woke up recently or something. You know, it's just that kind of feeling that I'm hooked on.
If you want to know, if you see one person start doing a pause bounce somewhere, then that's Lolo. So, if that's gonna happen, it's gonna be 1-9. Let's see. Oh, yep. There's Lolo.
Okay,
How do you know where Lolo is?
Going for it, setting it up, but not getting it, and just moving straight into the backup of going up the hill. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass level because all the trucks die.
And a little death here for Lolo means that Lexi, god damn, with your multiple L's, gets a chance to catch up as they move into Forest World. And it looks like Lexi's going the long way around on 2-1, which...
I mean, that's completely fine.
Except for that it's giving Lorenzo a chance to pull away and get a bit of a lead. Don't worry, the brain will, I'm just, you got to WD-40 it, and then there's a bit of, the coal goes in, you light it up, a little bit of turpentine on there, and then, after the first break, I'll do something I can't talk about, and then...
Snort cocaine? Okay,
She don't mind. You know what I think is really, like, in addition to me being just completely wide-eyed, ready to do this today, is also that I've got Lexi here, I got Lolo here, and I got Lorenzo here. So who the hell is who? I got 2 runners here, I got 3 names for them. This is just, it's too much for one man's little brain there. Nice little stepping back on 2-7 from one of these L-named runners there to make sure that they didn't bonk their head, passing under the A-frame. That said, we've got ourselves a very nicely matched set of runners here for today's race, it would seem, with this one-level gap that seems to keep accordioning. Is that a word? Accordioning. From like...
How to play an accordion?
3 levels down to 1 level, back to 2 levels, down to 1 level, in terms of the gap betwixt them.
Oh, pause, bounce, and 210. Straight to goal?
Wow. Levitation,
Nice.
There's no messing that up at that point, which is probably going to help Lolo pull ahead here on 210 as Lexi goes through with a much more conventional route and, potentially has to suffer the kind of deaths that you see on 210 just from the uneven terrain. Good setup there. That's a straight to goal with the Lev. So Lexi does get out of it in 1 pass, but again, having to take a more 16 to 18 second version of the clear instead of an 8-second version of the clear, or whatever Lolo came out with.
Sure. Only a single death, too. Oh, winter. Such a boring world. You just fall down, fall down, fall down. Sometimes you have to fall down in the right place.
It's so weird seeing, someone actually go into the goal on 3-3. It's always like...
Yeah.
I don't know if it, changes or matters much in terms of trying to do it the fastest that you can. At least for me, it is very important to not actually go for that goal in order to get like the low 9-second clear of that version, or of that level. But I don't know if it really matters if you were trained on it.
Mm-hmm. These runners have been doing really good. Nobody has really died like terribly yet.
Wow. Get those moves from Lolo there, going for that pause bounce at the beginning and not getting it and just using the weird height, Didn't quite get a mega jump, didn't quite get nothing either. Just going up and over and through one of those spinning rims. Oh! Taking a death right at the end of 310, this nasty, nasty level. You don't want to get stuck here and start seeing the level take trucks away from you. This far forward, I think, we see... Ooh! We see Lolo jump out to the side and just lev in. But that certainly gave Lexi a chance to close some of this gap back to the accordion for these 2 runners, with the...
Accordion.
Me,
oh, are you playing it right now?
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay.
I've got one
Kind
in
of
the
just
other room.
like,
You
yeah. Just run away really quick and meet you in the middle of a run. Maybe if we get stuck on a level for a really long time, let's say 9-10, just start playing a song while they keep failing to pause bounce over and over. Is there like a sad accordion song you can do?
The moon hits your eye like a big piece of... So, into Laser World for both of these runners now. We got Lexi coming into 4-2 as Lolo is waiting out the laser irises in 4-5. And curious to see what kind of speed Lexi gets off of these trucks. That's decent speed, so long as they make it. And they did make it to the end there. And now Lolo trying to deal with 4-6, and then it's going to get worse in 4-7. Unless we see a pause bounce to just go completely over the level. Nope, not even going to try for it. Okay. So... Lolo just taking some even steps and little bunny hops to make sure that they've got a truck to ride through. Very safe version of that level put in, and it's probably for the best considering that you've got Lexi coming up your heels in 4-5 while you're trying to clear out 4-7. But I think, you know, if Lexi wants to not fall behind here, they're gonna have to start putting in some faster methods and taking some risks, but, you know, measured risks, because the gap could widen with some risks. But I feel like right now Lolo has an advantage here in that in those pause boosts, pause bounces, and things like that. Managing to do the quick version of a lot of levels, and Lexi's going to have to be able to keep up. And if you can't match the pause bounces, then that just means you gotta move faster.
Yeah, but on the flip side, Lolo could just fail pause bounce like 20 times, so... Oh. Sometimes the internet gods take away the frames.
I don't know if I saw that on my side, whatever you were seeing there.
Okay. Maybe I was seeing the light.
So we got Lolo into 5-4 as Lexi comes into the final level of Laser World 4-10 here. Where do you think, AJ, we see if Lolo's going to get hung up somewhere where Lexi can catch up? What's the first level? You know, what's the nearest level that's going to be a spot? A stopping point.
Lolo can do a lot of stupid stuff in, so Lolo could fail those stupid stuff. He was messing around with like a 6-1 pause bounce, and he could technically do 1-6-2, so... I don't know, Medieval's pretty chill, I think. You just don't die. That's easy,
Yeah, and
right?
with levitation in your pocket, it makes it a lot easier to pull that off, for the most part, anyway. But yeah, I think I agree that it'll probably be, you know, the first opportunity for Lexi to really close some ground here, and gap between them will probably be in 6-1. And it all does come down to whether or not Lolo manages to pull something off on the first attempt or not. Hello. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe we were wrong that it won't be until 6-1, because Lexi's pushing through 5-5 right now. Notoriously kind of untrustworthy level. Oh, 360 in midair, but can't find a truck to grab onto to keep going. Meanwhile, Lolo's already into 5-10. Final level here, just moving smoothly to the goal, and here's that 6-1 we were predicting. Could be problematic. Giving up on the pause bounce there, and just going to start running it. Now this is a, you know, 24-second when you're fast, 24-second level, and it's not that difficult to mess it up at the end and take a death, and suddenly lose that 20 seconds.
Oh, Lolo's being very careful. Is Lolo listening to us?
Clearing 6-1 after just a couple of reset attempts on a pause bounce that didn't come in, but, you know, clearing it out on the first attempt when switching over to just movement methods. And maintaining that gap.
Oh. I mean, got the pause bounce, but at what's cost? At what cost? Oh, well, the resolution is very beautiful.
Whatever cost it was, I think it involved bitrate for Lexi. It's part of the cost. A deal with the devil. You could win, but I will take away your bitrate. Okay, Satan.
Ooh, 6 colors. Oh, and now in frame rate too.
Ooh. Nice moves, though. Very fast, you know, slapping down on that truck to push through to the end of 510. What are we doing on Lolo's screen? Going for...
Lolo, stop!
Going for a swag movement. To the uninformed, there is a gap behind you on this level that is just wide enough for you to fit the player's hitbox through. And following that up with the, I'll just drop through the bars. This is, I think that was for me, as much as I've complained about the runners like going for things that's like, that's too dangerous. Why would you even bother going for that? Now they're like, okay, Pawn, what if I went for this instead? How about there's a half a pixel gap behind me in this floor? I can just drop straight down.
I have a feeling that if Lolo just played levels normally and learned them normally, he'd be like much further than he is right now. Like, it's not good to just be spending like 30 seconds trying to do a pause bounce every level. Jesus. But yeah, they are probably trying to doing it to fuck with you, Ronin, with a 6-7.
So we've got Lolo into sci-fi world as Lexi moves into the last half of World 6 here. And sci-fi is another big place where we could see the gaps suddenly dissolve out of nowhere. You know, the wrong luck on a 7-4 and a 7-5 over and over and over again. And just the difficulty of a 7-3. Lots of places in this world where you can take deaths on loop. And where you can very easily get just shook, you know, just get lose your confidence, lose any sense that you've got control over the run.
This is all the slopes too, jeez.
Would you say that sci-fi is what am I thinking? How do I want to say this? Like, the idea is sci-fi more dangerous because it's dangerous? Or is sci-fi more dangerous because it can get in your head?
I mean, there's a lot of missiles that can screw with you in some levels, but in noUtility, honestly, it should be a lot easier compared to other categories. Because there's not like any skips you need to do, and you have levitation to like save you, so maybe it is just in your head.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen a lot of runners throughout this competition already, like, you know, they're running well enough or very good, and then they get to World 7 and they get stuck on something that's just RNG dependent, and you can tell it's a table flip moment for them, and just, you know, you tell that they're suddenly shook. They're suddenly just not confident, not happy with this run anymore. They just want to hit the reset button and pretend, you know, it's not a tournament. So yeah, I'm thinking that just based on what we've seen here, you know, from runners during the tournament, that sci-fi is a psychological world where, yeah, there's that RNG, but the real danger behind the RNG is to psych you ouch.
I mean, it's a dark world with a lot of glowy lights. I mean, it's pretty scary, right? And laser's the same, but it's too early for it to be scary.
Mm.
Imagine if laser was later. I bet that would be also scary. So maybe it is just a theme and coloring. Well, the levels are also very long in sci-fi.
Very nice touch work. Whenever I look over at Lexi's screen here, you know, their movements generally are just like, it's no ability style movement. It's no utility style movement. It is just like slapping down at the truck on just the right moment and getting that boost and boom, boom, and going on. Very clean, very quick. And potentially because of the very clean and the very quick, more so because 7-8 and it's a very long level, we've got just 3 levels of gap between these two runners currently. As
7-8 counts for 2 levels.
As Lolo moves into World 8 here. Do we expect anything, you know, weird from Lolo? You know, just thinking about how he's run the game up until now in World 8. Are we going to see like an 8-3 pause bounce attempt or something?
We'll see. Oh my god. Give it up already. Give it up. It's pointless.
Yeah,
I
even
believe
if
that you can
get
play the level normally.
Like,
what
does it get you? Just a little bit further forward, you know? Unless you get one that's just insanely high, it's not going to get you over the balloon, is it? Okay.
Do a second pause bounce.
Careful movement between those pipes, underneath everything. Just going to sit here and wait it out. Hey, I don't disrespect that as a method for getting through 8-3. 8-3 is nasty. It takes a lot of time trying to come up with some fast and consistent movement through there that you can be confident in every time. And Lexi is struggling on the old washing machine level here.
Yeah, you gotta know where to land.
You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to shuffle the cards.
Oh, okay. 8-6 is always such a chill level. Just hit truck to truck. It's always nice. I wish 90% we could play that level.
It's not always nice. What are you talking about? I'm a noUtility runner, and if I'm rusty, and I come back to the game, I might be like killing it on every other level. I get to that one, and it's like the jumps just don't feel right, and suddenly you're out of sequence, and the next jump you're just barely catching out, that you're 360 and trying to find something to stay alive on. What are you talking about? Oh, it's so nice. It looks pretty. You know how many bones I had to break in my foot to do that ballerina dance? To learn that pirouette?
Bruised foot Ronin.
Whoa, what is going on with those trucks? Okay, no problem for Lolo. Just an odd thing happening at the end of 8-8 as far as I'm concerned. With one of those trucks just deciding to heal up from its back wheels. Into 8-10 now. Curious how long we're going to see Lolo go for that pause bounce. Got something. Needs to stay on the outside of it. Easy to get hit by those cogs.
Oh.
And it looks like if he catches the bottom of this, he can keep it alive. He's got to run this and probably build up some more height before he takes the final jump.
We need the height.
No,
no, the goal extended so much further. Just go.
He might still hit it. He didn't hit
it. Honestly, if he went straight for the goal from there, he would have survived. Like instead of hesitating.
Yeah. Yeah. When he turned back in, that was my, what are you doing moment. Again, out of lev here, looking for something to, this time he's got a little bit of speed to throw him directly to the goal, and that puts him in on 8-10. But that little death there on 8-10 did keep this, again, just a half a world gap between these two runners. We got 5 levels between them, and especially since we're talking about 5 levels in World 8 with Lexi in there right now, they are short, quick worlds. The gap is less than a minute between these two runners, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice pause bounce into 9-3 here. Got to find something to land, and he's got multiple trucks ahead. Crucifix sweeping some out. This is very good RNG on 9-3. Yeah, he really should just move forward on that one. But very good RNG from the level. Gave him the opportunity, if he wanted it, to push in for a 14-second clear, and that is That is RNG seeding that is completely up to the level. Sometimes it's impossible by pure movement to get a 14-second clear. But coming out of there with a 17 makes you happy too, because the most average clear time for 9-3 is 20 seconds.
Well, okay. No 9-6 pause bounce. Such a shame. Kind of curious what Lolo's gonna do on 9-7. A pause bounce? Who knows? Well,
yeah, do you have any experience trying to do a pause bounce on 9-7, AJ? Because I would wonder how difficult it is on these weird slopes to get something like that. Looks like he's not even going for it.
Lexi, no! Oh, there you go.
So, in the bastard of all of the worlds of Clustertruck, Cerberus, we've come to call her, 9-7. We've got Lolo being cautious, being careful, using the levitation smartly and wisely. Manages to clear that hill. Oh, takes a little bit of a risk, but he's got it in on 9-7. And now he's moving toward the end of the game. Little pause bounce sends him up and over 9-8. Doesn't have to worry about these rolling pentagrams so long as he uses his levitation right. And into 9-9. It's looking like a pretty good back half of hell here. And a pretty good front half of hell. Overall, a pretty good hell, I would say so far.
Just needs to get the 9-10. Oh, but has any blood have been sacrificed? Has blood been sacrificed yet? I don't know. Did you see any, Ronan? I didn't see any blood.
That's true. The altar is dry as Lolo comes into 9-10 and going for the pause bounce. Looking for a sudden kick, boost a heightened speed off the front of this truck to send him up high enough that he can turn and drive his own nose into the button on the top of Cluster Satan's head. That's a kick that's high enough. Ooh, it's just high enough, and I think we've got a clear there.
No.
I would want to confirm it. No, we do not have a clear. He missed it. Wow, it looked like he had it, too. It looked like he came in at just the right, speed and everything. I thought we had the fail skip.
Yeah, it's every runner's worst nightmare.
So as Lolo struggles on 9-10, he's got another chance here, but it's not quite high enough. He used the levitation to cut off the corner and not have to climb at Cluster Satan all the way up. But now we've got to deal with these black ice, very slick, very slippery trucks to climb up to the top. And still got to jump to the outside and push your face into the button here. Can he do it on the second attempt? He's got it.
Yep.
And that is about...
Right.
Yeah. 2350 or so, and that's the timer. But I pressed the undo thing. You bastard with it. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. Just a little undo split. Happens all the time. This was a good close race, I would say. We've got Lexi in 9-7 fighting against Cerberus here, just about 40 seconds or so from the end of the game, maybe a minute from the end of the game, when Lolo is coming in. These were two well-matched runners, I'd say.
Yeah. Ooh. I think Lexi just made the mistake to not have a good strategy for 7-9. Because what you can do for 7-9, the laundry level, is you can just do a height boost and levitate to the end. It's a lot more safer than just praying, hoping the truck works.
And honestly, with the speed and slickness that we've seen in Lexi's movements, I would say that Lexi could also, on that washing machine level, even go for the method where you just get a bunch of speed at the opening of the level, run real fast, and take one jump off of the front trucks in the middle, and with levitation, it's real close, but you can just, you can push straight through. And with the kind of speed that Lexi was showing just in general movement, I think that would be a viable strat for Lexi here.
Yeah. Oh, pause bounce. It's so weird. Lexi's just bouncing off of it slightly.
I like the cotton candy trucks here too.
Oh, I didn't notice. I'm colorblind.
Yeah, I honestly didn't notice until now too, because they're so I'm actually questioning, is this just, you know, an effect of being in hell that I'm not used to? Lexi getting a pause bounce that sends him up in a very similar way that, you know, Lolo ended up having to walk this corner out as well. Let's see if Lexi can get this on the first button press and close this out for a sub 27, or a low 26 if it works out. And that is a clear for a 26:08 or so for Lexi. Both runners coming in times that that used to be, you know, like, oh my God, 26 minutes, a sub 26, I got a sub 26, you know, that kind of thing. The game has just gotten so much better. All the runners have gotten so much better in these categories. You know, it's a whole new world. Lolo coming out with the win. Coming in with, what do we say, 24 something 2450?
Yeah, 2350, I think, actually.
15 minute 50? 12 minute 50?
Yeah, that one. two? Wait, no, it's a low.
Well, why don't we check in with the runners? Why don't we check in with Lolo and see what time, if they had a splitter going on their end. Lolo, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hello.
Ground control to Major Top. You've really made the grade.
Hi.
Hi. Did you have a timer running on your side?
I did not. I thought it would make me more nervous.
Okay. Well, then let me tell you what your time was. You came in a... We don't know it. We didn't... Ask somebody in chat. They'll tell you. So how did you feel about that run?
How'd it go, Lolo?
I fucked up a lot of movements, so I had to do a lot of backups. I also died on some levels on some unfortunate places.
Oh.
Yeah, like 810.
810?
Yep. Yeah, and 810,
Yeah.
I didn't get a height from the gear, so I had to do it again.
Oh, right, the 810. Yeah,
we were actually talking about that.
I was gonna say,
sorry.
AJ was on from early in the run, looking at some of the places you were choosing to put pause bounces, and was kicking you in the rib cage a little bit.
But for that level, Lolo, you actually don't need the height. The goal extends far enough that you can just levitate to the goal from that gear. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you don't need the height for that level. You can just go straight to the goal from the gear if you hit the gear.
Yeah, the final gear, when we saw you turn to the right to turn in toward the end of the level and try and, like, catch a truck to move in, both of us were like, no, you've got it! All you have to do is go to the end.
Didn't know it extended that far back.
Yeah.
That said, you won it. And with a hell of a run, what is your PB currently in noUtility in this category, if you've got one?
Let me take a look. It is... I believe it's 22 something.
22 something. And can anybody confirm in chat what the actual time was on that run? Because I thought it was like a 23:50, and AJ thought it was a 22:50. Oh.
No. I mean, I agree. It's 23:50. It's in chat too.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty close.
Hell of a good run there. And Lorenzo and Lolo and Lexi. Lexi, how did you feel about this run today?
Could have been better, but not terrible.
Yeah, I was looking at, there were a whole bunch of runs, especially it seemed like after you loosened up during the race here, where your movement was just very clean, very quick, very, you were landing those trucks and just carrying the speed through and sliding off the front of them, looking real fast. Did you feel like things came together more at the, past the middle point of the run?
Yeah. Like, I think after 2.5, things started to go better, but then at 7.9, things started to go downhill again.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about AJ and I were trading like options for you in terms of clearing out that washing machine level in sci-fi. AJ's saying a mega jump and then levitate to the end kind of thing, like a height boost followed by
That's what I meant to
levitation.
do, but
And then I was saying
I ended up just running it normally.
with the kind of speed that you were showing near the end there of the run, I was saying, you know, with those move skills, I think you could just like get full speed from the beginning of the level and run straight out and levitate, because there is a I'm going so fast, get out of my way version of clearing that when you've got levitation. But I would say you had a pretty good run here. What's your usual time or PB in this category, Lexi?
PB is 20:27 RTA.
20 minutes?
Yeah, so this run could have been a lot better.
Well, it was still a good run, and you guys gave us a pretty damn good race, too, because there was rarely more than 5 levels between the two of you. That said, I'm probably without, like, having the ability, because of how low budget we are here, I would imagine that if we had the ability, Noah would be, like, standing offside production, just going like, move on, we've got 3 races today, wrap it up, punk! So, thank you to both of the runners. Lexi, this, I guess, AJ tells us this was a race from the lower bracket, so we will see you in the next tournament, hopefully. But you are retiring for the day, is that correct?
Yep.
Sorry to see you go, but love to watch you walk away. No, you
Thank
gave
you
us
for your service.
Yes, gave us a hell of a show, and thank you very much for it. And Lolo, you move forward into the lower bracket, staying alive in this competition, but we've got 2 more races coming up before the day is out here on the Clustertruck 2020 tournament of something. We got to set up for the next runners because we're on a tight deadline. So don't go anywhere, people. We'll be right back. Pawn can barely speak.
I'm not out.
Oh, is that what I say? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the wrong button. Now I can't hit it. There we go. Hello, I am the Roninpawn, and welcome back to the Clustertruck Speedrunning Tournament 2021. What are you clapping for, AJ?
Max just won already! It's crazy! The fastest race ever! But we're still gonna race. Isn't that crazy, Ronin? What are we gonna do?
What is the situation here? Explain to the viewers at home how it is that Max won while we were on a break.
Okay, so basically, Max assassinated Cringy Baby. So Cringy Baby doesn't exist anymore, right? Therefore, Max automatically wins. However, we're not going to go away. No, we're going to do a show match. It's going to be Max versus Lolo, any percent, I think. I think that's what we planned on, right? I think I remember that.
Yeah. So apparently if you just get rid of your competition before the race, it works out as well.
Yeah.
The situation here is that Cringy Baby is not available, did not show up at the correct time, so instead we're going to do an exhibition in any percent, because that's what Max says, is his preferred category. Exhibition race, 2 runners run. We've already got a winner for these brackets, but we're pitting Max against Lolo just for you, baby, just to give you some entertainment. So, without further ado,
let's begin. I'll start the countdown now. Runners, make sure you guys have portable truck, by the way, both of you. Yeah, okay.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Now, get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go!
And the runners are away. In this, our first exhibition match of the tournament. We had planned on potentially having some exhibition matches, at least 1 or 2 at some point during the tournament. And we figured that this sort of thing would come up. It's a lot of different people to try and organize and get all on the same page for the same event. So, no slight to Cringy Baby being the first who couldn't quite make it on the day and at the hour, but that does mean an automatic DQ and an automatic win for Max. So, who've we got here and where are they on my screen? Max is at bottom, Lolo's to the top right, Max in 1-6, as Lolo is finishing out 1-5. And, so far, this could be a good exhibition race. If World 1, if Desert is any sign here, these runners are within just a couple of seconds of each other from the starting gate. No deaths so far.
And they actually look pretty similarly skilled too, a little bit. Although I don't think Lolo's familiar with the portable truck boost, portable truck boost.
The PPTB.
PPP. Yeah, PPTBBBWS,
I would not be surprised if soon, gonna have to drop that truck real early on 2-1 with Max there if, AJ, you were the one to inform me about this, because that used to be your method for 2-1. I think all of your methods are now just PPTBs, right? But on 2-1, used to be a little boost over the corner there, and you were the one to hit me to the idea of if you don't get it far enough, like you gotta be able to drop that truck sort of at the crest of the hill, or else you're just not gonna have what you need to be able to lev out safely out of 2-1.
Yeah. I will say my 2-1 is actually a portable truck boost now. It doesn't work all the time, but I hate dying on a level late.
Where do you drop the PTB on 2-1?
Oh, just on the rocks on the left.
Oh, okay.
I honestly usually hit the fence, but I'm too afraid to try anything else anymore, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a method you can get up to and get, just make consistent. So it's the version that gives you the possibility of coming out in less than 5 seconds on like the best hit you can get there, just rocket you straight into goal. But yeah, Max certainly chose the right category, showing us some really good moves and really high skill here, going for the 2-7 turnaround off this rock. A very difficult method. He's walking away from it now. It's about how you want to do it, even in an exhibition race, is give it 3 or 4 attempts and then probably move on, because it's a really tricky PPTB. That wall is anything but flat, and trying to get it to send you the way you want to be sent up and over everything is, at least certainly feels like a bit of RNG to most of us. Do you still go for the PTB off the back wall, AJ?
Oh, 2-7, yeah, definitely. I can't get PB without it. I'm at the point where I can't not do risky strats, otherwise I just don't PB anymore. So,
Do you consider it a risky strat? Because from my, view, watching your segments and watching your full game runs and everything, it just always looked like something that you were just like, I've been doing this for so long, I know what's going to happen.
No, I don't consider it a risky strat, no. I just consider it something that should work, and then sometimes it just doesn't. Just like 210.
So, Max moves into Winterworld as Lolo is trying to slip past PB Boulder here. PB Boulder getting right up in Lolo's face there and and doing a little bit of dance off of those trucks.
Sometimes if you go too slow in 2.9, you get a second boulder will come by and attack you. It's horrible. The bigger brother.
Yeah, it's weird. When you've been speedrunning these levels for so long, there are certain levels that I have found out only after, speedrunning them for maybe over the first year and a half or something like that, suddenly found out, oh, does the level do that? Just because I was never in the level long enough to see these various behaviors and stuff, and then you're like messing around with a new strategy, you're just bored and tinkering with movement or something, and then you're like, what? So the lava is actually coming up on that level in Hell World? I've never been in this level long enough to notice.
There's coal in 8 too?
And Lorenzo going for the off the back wall 3-9. Look at how fast that 3-9 is when it comes in. So pretty. It's so satisfying. That's, if you were going to start taking up any percent, I would start doing that PTB there, not because it's one of the easy ones, but because it feels incredibly satisfying. You got that ditch of a level that just makes you feel like you're, in a Star Wars movie, one of the early and good ones, where you're just going through the trenches of the Death Star at Mach 7,
I think Lolo just tried to do the level normally.
Look at the kind of speed Max pulls out of 4.2 there to come out with a low 12-second time, was it? It was moving so fast, he clicked the next level button so fast, I didn't get a chance to see the numbers. And then slams headfirst into some rocks on the next level, just to balance it out.
Never seen anyone do that.
Oh, he got a weird little, extra kick. He came so near those laser gates that he actually put a foot down on them, ostensibly, and gave him an extra jump. And I could see him go, oh, crap. Because if you're not expecting that, and it gives you that extra jump, it just moves you out of sequence with everything that you're doing at very high speed there. That's a method that some runners, especially in ILs, you'll see them going for at the end of this world in, I think it's 4.8, the one where it's, cycled to your screen rate in terms of the lasers and stuff. Some of the fastest methods intentionally, run at high speed toward those gates and then off of the last gate, try to very randomly get a toe down on the edge of a gate here in this level in 4.8, but apparently we're not going to see that because Max is just PPTBing over the whole damn thing.
What time is he going to get?
It's a 9.1 on the second attempt.
Gotta be honest, though, I was actually thinking of doing it myself because at least if you do that, you're not going to die at the end of the level, so.
That's what I was about to ask you was, do you do that internal math, though, in your head? Because it took, he tried the PPTB once and had to reset. So, like, whenever I see that end time, I'm like, okay, so that plus, 1.1 seconds, was that faster? Could I have just done it running it in?
Honestly, most of the time I just think, okay, but this is still better than if I were to die at the end of the level, losing, 10 seconds. Because that's usually what happens to me. I hate it so much. Ooh, almost hit the building.
Yeah, very dangerous PTB, though. Just the way it's not a dangerous one to pull off, it just came in with such a harsh angle.
No, though.
And we do have just 4, levels between these runners right now. So it's still, a bit of a close race.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, you don't want to see
I
the
didn't even know
failed
it was possible to beat that level.
5-4 Max struggling for that PTB to give everything, and it's like 5-4 in particular is a level that I always want to be ahead of the cycle as poppers start coming up from underneath you, and you know, even if you don't die, you get hit by the last popper because you're out of sequence with it, and suddenly you're stuck hanging in midair for the next 5 seconds just waiting to get low enough to hit the goal plane.
Poppers eat you.
That is a huge PTB up and over 5-7 as well, PPTB from Max.
It's what you dream of in No Mauve, but you never get.
Ooh, Max coming out to the edge on 5-9, not quite getting what he wants, setting up for it one more time. Oh! Manages to sort of glitch through things, gets stuck on the hammer. He's worried about the fire, but he manages to get over it. A little bit of levitation, and manages to put it down and come out of 5-9 in a very improvised way. Followed by one of the best 5-10s you can get in terms of the speed and directionality of that PTB off the wall. And a good 6-1 as well. Lots of speed. It could have been speedier, couldn't it? And wow.
Like a second. It's not that bad.
Very low, though, on that, too. I always get worried when I see it coming in like that on 6-1, because the death plane on 6-1 is higher than you would want it to be. And Lolo in 5-10 here. Not quite getting any of the things that they want out of this. Ooh, getting stuck at the back of the truck, using all the levitation in their pockets just to make sure that they stay alive, having to regen some lev now. Got the trucks moving. And gets clapped down from above, slammed into the ground on that one. Yeah, with the levitation, you know, once you've got 1 or 2 hits, puffs of it, I would just jump out to the side and get, you know, away from those clappers exactly for that reason. Those poppers. You want them to be poppers and not clappers. Because if they're clapping, you're between the hands. I love it. Noah in chat. No, Lolo! You hate to see it.
Yeah. Ooh.
And so Max is moving into Sci-Fi World as Lolo is just getting started on the world before World 6.
Sci-Fi is a bully in any percent. And this time it's not intimidation. It's just a bully. PTBs are difficult.
Yeah, after grinding out any percent to be able to, you know, get any kind of a PB after all the years running no ability percent there, I just, you know, eventually my PB ended up having absolutely no tricks. pretty much no tricks in World 7. The only thing that I do is the one off of the wall in 7-7 or whatever, 7-8, the freebie basically. But just because I find the PTBs off of the walls here to be really, really inconsistent. They want to throw you diagonally. Here we go. We'll see what Max manages to get out of this. They want to throw you either diagonally into the wall across from the wall that you're PTBing off of, or just not give you enough juice to get where you're trying to go. See, he's got some juice there, but it's just speed, and he's just going to take the speed at this point and say, screw it. I will lev my way down the diagonal hole, which at these speeds is a bit dangerous, because, you know, there's an angle to that.
Smoked enough levitation.
If you hit that levitation a little bit too early on the angle of that tunnel, then it's dead. But yeah, this is basically the only level that I do a PTB in World 7 when I ran any percent, just because it's the only consistent one for me.
7-6 likes to be annoying sometimes for me. I'll just miss it, and it's very fun. Maybe I'm not huffing enough levitation.
Yeah, 7.6 is even that one, you know, that was the one where I'm like, it's still worth it because it's a very long level to do any other way, and you want to get some speed, but I also do find that for seemingly no reason, it can take 2 to 3 attempts on 7.6. But Max going for the truck down into the blower that sends him forward. He's managed to skip both of the first two, but doesn't keep the speed there. What's he going to do? He's going to drop a truck and try and lev to the end. I don't think he's got it. Yeah, not quite enough lev. But Max did say for the exhibition here that he's just going to go for, you know, the showiest and riskiest sort of methods on some of the places where otherwise in a race he might not. Uh-oh. Again, not quite working out on that using levitation. Don't push forward on it, Max. Just sit there and wait it out. Going for a mega jump. Good backup. Good backup to force a mega jump out to get enough height, get forward to that blower, get blown forward, and then lev your way to goal. I would have been content to just stand on that truck and wait for another truck to come by at that point.
I would be too if I wasn't in a race.
Ooh, good 7.9 there, making hay out of kind of an awkward and weirdly angled PTB. I was looking at that too and worried that he was too low to hit the goal plane there. I have in the past, you know, it's not that hard. Ooh, going for the 7.10 as well. Not quite getting it, but going for it. Ballsy. But on that level, if you don't actually hit both of the blowers at the end of it, it's very easy to miss the goal plane and just go sailing past it under or over.
Oh!
Saving that 8-1.
The truck just like vibrated in fury.
And going for that 8-3, needing to get low, staying under, ooh, and outside. That is a safer path if you can make it work. Just get outside the level for 8-3.
Low trying for the 7-8, but low though. Just do the level normally. It's not worth it. Good low though.
And these are the levels in World 8 for Max where, you know, any percent suddenly pulls away big from just about every other category, except for no move on the virtue of these 3 levels that aren't particularly long, but man, they add up if you can't just throw a truck at the back wall, but in any percent you can, and it's like a minute and a half time save over most other categories in the world, just based on those 3 levels more than anything.
This man's not doing something I would do. I'm skeptical. What's the time? I think it's slower by a bit.
Who?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Max of the pause portable truck boost on 8.8.
Instead of just running and leving?
Yeah. Instead it's going up and leving.
Good first try or second try. I think it was first try. 8-10 there, though. Got the nice big thing that he needed.
First try. I mean, it was at least an any percent first try. So
look at that 9-1. He pops himself up, goes right between the rock-on fingers of Satan coming up at him, and lefts his way into goal for an 11-7. Because of that being sort of off angle for what he wanted, it took a little bit longer than I think he was hoping for, but still an impressive method that I think saved 2 or 3 seconds over the average clear of that level.
Yeah, it's not a 9-1's not fun though.
Yeah, trying to get past those fingers.
Yeah, they just say fuck you every time. Oh, whoa, is that a good one? No, that's way too high.
Now, is he going to go for the turnaround?
That's about what happens to me.
But, you know, I'm glad that he managed to, like, keep it alive and keep running it out. I feel like that method in 9.5 isn't even worth going for because of its ability to get you killed, and you've already put the time into running through the first half of the level. If you just keep the speed and keep going, you know, you're going to clear it in short order, and turning around, the time save is not worth the danger as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, it's something I do full game.
Oh! Last lev there on 9.7, just mistimed. But with this PPTB, think he could probably go all the way to goal, or almost all the way to goal.
He's doing it in the wrong place. He's doing it on the truck above instead of the truck right below. So, yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, honestly, 90 isn't that hard with levitation. Just do it normally. That's
Moving
fine
to
though.
the outside. Trying to throw this PTB off of the column. He's got one. And this is why I don't like the PTB on this level either, is if you don't have a very precise angle on it. Oh! Pulling it in on 9.8. It's just going to want to send you into, you know, the pillar directly in front of you. It's really, like, nasty. If you don't get, like, height to go up and over that level, even with the PTB, it's either firing, you know, there's so few degrees of angle between the giant pentagrams rolling at you in the middle and then the giant columns on left or right. You know, you've basically got two windows of, like, 20 degrees if you're going forward and fast through as opposed to up and over.
Nice 9-2 though.
Holy, great first try 9-10 PPTB, sending him way up, probably even more than he wanted to, but does not make the button hit. Still comes back with the second attempt and gets almost high enough for the button. Third one, he might as well already be beaten the game, and that is a 20-minute, 23-second or so clear of any percent from Max there. Winner of today's race, even before he won this exhibition between he and Lolo, as Cringy Baby just didn't show up on time for the match today.
Cringe. Backflips like a boss. Yeah. Very necessary.
So we get to see Cringy Baby come through 9.7 with the any percent methods. Based on what we've been seeing from him in any percent, you know, are we going to see a PPTB start at the beginning of this next level?
So Lolo, probably should do PPTB, but at least he's doing it in the right place. I'm sorry, Max, if you're hearing, but you did it in the wrong place on 9.7 objectively. So there's only one right way to do it. No other ways. Absolutely no other ways.
Yeah, it took him all of 2 tries to get there, so I mean,
yeah, Lolo's doing it right, so
2 attempts in what you call the wrong place and manages to come out of 9.7. I call that a success, AJ. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
No. Lolo right now is doing it right, but Max was doing it wrong.
No, that's what I'm saying. Max.
Oh, okay.
He got out of it in 2 attempps, and saying he's putting it in the wrong place. That's a pretty good wrong place then.
Not good enough. You have to. It has to send you straight to the end goal in 2 seconds. Not a 2-second clear. Bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. As long as you clear the level, that's what matters. Talking about clearing the level, we're gonna see 9-10 from Lolo. What will it be? Ooh, I don't like that way. Personally, I think that's illegal. But everyone else does it. Which way would you do it, Ronan? Towards the boss or away? The portable truck.
I do it on the same side that Lolo's doing it there, but I take more of a jump and aim, you know, methodology to it as opposed to a slam my camera down and right click and hope that I clicked at the right time. For that one, I just less muscle memory and more looking at it very carefully. And Lolo taking that death, trying to hit the button from the outside. It's a bit of a nuisance, this button. I didn't realize how much of a nuisance this button was until, like, the pause bounce came into play. But that is a clear for a 23-10 for Lolo coming out of any percent against Max here in an exhibition, where Max pulled in a 20-minute time.
Oh, faster than noUtility.
Why did Max give up? What happens, says Wolfie. Max won, Wolfie. Won before we even had this little exhibition match between Lolo and Max, because Cringy Baby didn't quite show up at the time and hour for this race. That being the case, have we got the runners with us?
I think we do.
Max, are you
I am
here?
I'm here.
So, was this your fastest ever race, considering that you won it before you got here?
Well, it most definitely was, yeah. Yeah.
That's going to really mess up your splits, though, you know? That's
Yeah, I think I might have to, like, keep this separate.
0.0 second time in the splits is just going to, you know, Noah, your application for sorting that kind of stuff is just not going to make sense of that. So you went for some sketchier methods here and there throughout the one. What's your favorite sketchy method to pull out in an exhibition like that?
My favorite sketchy method? I think it would be just like all the sci-fi skips. Those are always sketchy. But I always try them, though. And I always fail them.
We don't talk about that.
How do you feel about 7-3 in terms of trying to get that shot? It's a very specific diagonal cut, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, 7-3. Yeah, it's pretty stupid level. But if I do get it, I save a lot of time on my PB.
What is your PB in any percent right now?
It is, I have to reset my split so I can actually see. 1901 RTA, which is
so 18 IGT.
I don't
High 17, low 18 IGT, probably, yeah. Okay, well, thank you to both runners for the exhibition match today, our first exhibition in the tournament. Hopefully we won't have anybody else, you know, no more exhibitions when we don't intend for them to be exhibitions. But thank you guys for showing off some cool any percent runs, and, you know, congratulations to both of you on moving forward in the tournament to the next round of races. That said, we have another any percent race on the docket here today, and that one is between Wolfie and somebody in the room. Yeah. Somebody just generally in the vicinity here.
Yeah.
So any percent between two heavyweights, two you know, top runners of the category. This is a pretty exciting race, and I'm looking forward to it. So stay tuned and join us back here in however many minutes it takes for us to set up the next race. Shouldn't be too long, and just don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it. Pawn not out. Hello, I am the Roninpawn, right on the musical cue, and welcome back to the Clustertruck Speedrunning Tournament of Champions 2021. The beat goes on, but a doom data. And we've got not AJ213 with us because AJ
sure
is
about that?
running. I mean,
Oh, I thought I was AJ.
you can play whoever you want to play in, you know,
Is there two AJs?
in your head, I suppose, if you want to.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we've got Noah, event organizer, here to commentate alongside me yet again because we're watching AJ and Wolfii go head to head in any percent, and these are two, you know, heavy hitters and heavy swingers in this category.
These are the big boys, as you might say. The main event.
Yeah, actually, Noah, what have we got in terms of PBs showing publicly on the leaderboards? The leaderboards are well behind right now, and I believe both of these runners have been fighting and, you know, submitting for who's got the better any percent run within seconds of each other on the boards right now. But what have we got showing for AJ and Wolfii?
Quite literally seconds, yes. We've got a a case where AJ has a faster IGT and Wolfii has a faster RTA. So 2 seconds apart from each other, actually.
This is a big boy race, everybody. It's going to be a good one. And both runners
And it's going to be fast.
Really want to beat each other, too. I can tell you that.
Blink and you'll miss it.
So, without any further ado, get the timer reset there. And Noah, I leave it to you.
Yes.
When you want to do the countdown, we will begin.
I will do the countdown. Ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Runners away. I was a little bit late on getting the timer started, but also Wolfii jumped the gun. He's immediately disqualified. DQ.
And AJ immediately with the PPTVs. Being right behind Wolfii, actually, finishing 1-2 at the same time.
And then AJ losing just a little bit to another PPTB attempt at the beginning of 1-3 and falling behind. Using another
Same for
PPTB
1-4.
across 1-4, yeah, just not the kind of PPTB he's hoping to come in. More loft and not directionality off of that one.
Yes, Wolfii losing time on 1-5 to missing the first try PPTB.
And AJ's going for just a straight in on 1-6. I was wondering if he was going to turn around and go for the PTB off of the wall in that one, but it's a very tricky method to pull in.
Yes, Wolfii with movement just pulling ahead like really quickly. Sometimes PPTBs just can't compensate.
Yeah, Wolfii again actually just, you know, built his game off of the noAbility percent category in the first place. Is he currently world record in noAbility? We've seen some moving around on those leaderboards, but I believe he
is still world record, yes. Spittle took it from him, not officially, but she took it from him, and then a day later, as Wolfii does, he took it back. With the first sub-20 IGT as well.
So yeah, Wolfii definitely has the movement cred from noAbility, noUtility runs here, but AJ has a much longer history in any percent, and so that's where these two runners are going to be trading, you know, time back and forth. AJ is going to be picking it up from really fast, really practiced any percent methods, and Wolfie is going to be picking it up when it comes down to just raw movement across the levels.
Yes, that's why I think Wolfie might be pulling ahead now, but definitely in the later worlds, we're going to see AJ catching up and maybe even getting ahead of Wolfie because of the PTBs.
And I know that AJ feels very confidently about this. He's been talking about it for a while. He wanted to run any percent against Wolfie, and he got that opportunity. And I know that he's not like confident in that cocky kind of way, but this is precisely the race that he wanted, and he got it.
Exactly. And now he needs to win it to prove himself.
Let me see if I can't turn up the
any percent title.
Game audio of each of these runners for us so we can get a little bit more in our ears. There we go.
Wolfie into winter. doing the old jump off the side and levitate to goal.
AJ with a very nice first try 210 PTB off the back wall and straight in. So now both runners in winter.
Very nice.
Wolfie getting a little stuck on that opening on 3-4.
That's intentional.
Yeah, but I don't think he got it. You know, it didn't look like he got speed off of it. Like, he went for it and it turned into more of a nose grind than a nice kick forward.
Yeah. I didn't entirely catch it, but... Really going full out, though, with the speed.
Wow.
And first try 3-9. That was beautiful.
That's very hard to do. There's a little level load hop that you usually get. And I don't know if I didn't catch if Wolfie like reset coming into it to get rid of it or if he just dealt with it on the fly. But it's the 3-9 hit is almost guaranteed on the second attempt for runners in this, runners that are this good in the game. But the first one is hard to get.
Get stuck on 4-1 for a bit. But
and AJ gets
made it through in one go.
And AJ got the first try 3-9 as well, followed by the first try 3-10 PPTB up and over.
That's very nice.
Interesting move from Wolfie going to that truck and then starting this run. Coming out with a 10.5.
Not slow.
Yeah.
Well, we're probably going to see AJ PPTB be that one.
Yeah, this is the kind of level, the level that AJ's on right now, this 4-2 there, that's a place where you expect to see Wolfie going for the up and over on 4-5 here, but where you expect to see AJ slowing, losing a little bit of time to Wolfie, just not quite the same level of precise movement across the trucks to get the most speed that you can.
AJ gets this first try, that's a lot of time save.
He could get hit by invisible lasers at any point. Right here,
and
he's cleared it. Woo!
And he's now only one level behind Wolfie again. This is close.
4-7, however, is a nasty level. Let's see if AJ can get it first try.
PPTBs, that's just any percent.
Yeah, just eradicate the nastiness of that level.
Wolfie going for a noUtility 4-9, actually. AJ can gain time with that, I think. If he gets it first try.
See, coming in, floating over.
And he does.
Yeah, he gets that first, and that kick is saving him 2 to 3 seconds over the noUtility version of that level. If
just
not
for
more.
A millisecond there, they were in the same level.
And now the number of levels between them is going to get like... Yeah, well, you go ahead, because...
Yeah, Medieval is probably where we're going to see AJ gain on Wolfie. Because he's very experienced and he knows his PPT. Alright, he knows his PTBs.
So is this going to be our first medieval PTB in 5-3 from AJ? No, he's going to walk this one in. But 5-4, I expect to see him go out to a pillar.
Yes, there he goes. And he gets it.
The outside, nonetheless.
Same level. Oh no, never mind. Not same level.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure myself. AJ getting kind of a weak PTB off of that 5-5, so it gets him in, but not with the speed. But then he comes back with a killer one in 5-6. Well, Wolfie is just shaking the camera for having missed whatever method he was hoping for super speeds through 5-7. AJ trying to set up this 5-7. This is very difficult to get the way that he's trying to get it. It's a diagonal cut across that then turns back to the left and levs its way into goal.
And Wolfie pushed off the side.
That last building at the end of 5-7 too has a hitbox that is just nasty. Wolfie in with 5-10, but he gets splatted against the building behind him, which is something that can easily happen on 5-10.
This is where AJ takes it.
Oh!
Or doesn't.
AJ getting robbed on the PTB. He's got it on the second try, and it's a good and fast one. But yeah, he could have overtaken him right there, and instead, we're just seeing them, you know, in the same level at the same time. Ooh.
And AJ is ahead.
With
Wolfie's
one
struggling with the
successful
6-1.
first try PTB 6-1, AJ has taken this lead.
Oh. Struggling a bit with 6-2, but no hurries. It's not like Wolfie's right behind you or anything. I think we might be having a back and forth here, since Wolfie has better movement, and this part of Ancient is definitely movement based. So we might be seeing Wolfie pull back a bit here.
Yeah, World 6 in general, it's all about movement and you know, like, there's not a lot of RNG. This is the least RNG heavy world in the game. It just takes a lot of careful practice and knowledge of what the trucks are going to do to have just the right method. And with just 1.5 seconds between them, both runners in 6-7 now.
With one skip, Wolfie can gain on AJ, and he does it. Wolfie switching places, now being seconds ahead of AJ. AJ going for the PPTB on 6, 8, 9, 8. One of the two. And finishing at the same time.
Both of them hitting that goal tape at exactly the same moment. This is a race, friends. This is a race.
This is why we call it the main event. And now
both runners taking a little bit of levitation on 6-10. I was wondering if either of them were going to go for the straight end noAtility move, but for safety, both of them using just a little bit of levitation to guarantee it.
Exactly. Now from 7-3 onwards is where we expect AJ to be pulling ahead.
Yep, these couple opening levels there, very movement based. But suddenly we're into PTB world. AJ gets that 7-3 first try as Wolfie is going for it on his 3rd attempt now. So AJ's into the end of 7-3. Wolfie's still on his heels, but he's got the 7-4 first try as well. And that is the fast. Ooh.
Oh no, going for the... and he gets it.
He's got the 7-5 with just the right angle. Wolfie's got, you know, incredibly fast movement through here, though, as well, so we're going to see how little a difference it makes when you've got the PTB versus the incredible movement, about a 4 seconds difference.
And this is where we really, really see AJ pulling ahead. Now being around 10 seconds, I'd say, ahead of Wolfie.
Now this level I'll be interested to see because I expect AJ to come out slower by 2 or 3 seconds than Wolfie, just from subtle fall manipulation and movement here. AJ's out in a 20.3 though. That is incredibly fast actually. Wolfie coming in with a 19.8, just a half a second difference. But yeah, I have seen Wolfie pull in that sub 20 during these races already, and I was impressed then, and I'm still impressed.
Both runners going for the 7-8 skip. Let's see if Wolfie can get it. And he did.
So here's a level where we could see some separation and some time emerge between these two runners. AJ's got that PTB on the first attempt through the washing machine level. Wolfie does not.
And Wolfie didn't get it.
It's a very hard one to get.
Oh, he resets. He wanted to go for another. Oh, AJ 7-10? No, doesn't get it.
Oh.
Wolfie now living to the boosters.
Oh, AJ.
Go.
Oh.
AJ, what are you doing?
Don't give it up. Just let it happen. There you go. Bringing the back up. Oh, but Wolfie gets it first try.
Wolfie gets it. And he's back.
The slip-in just past the blowers there for an unfamiliar viewer. You get hit by the blowers, get knocked into the trucks, and you get yourself a couple of invulnerability frames to the blowers that allows you to actually push into the hallway that you're not supposed to be able to get into. And both
going for
runners.
8-3, and AJ getting it. Second try, was that? I'm pretty sure it was. Very nice. Wolfie's still struggling on A3, and he gets it.
I'll tell you too, Noah, I can't predict this race right now because I totally expect AJ to pull ahead here in World 8, but hell is hell, and
that's very true.
Wolfii, with his moves, you know, his movement abilities through hell, AJ will be PPTBing, but I just don't know.
You think AJ's gonna go for the side PTB here? No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to risk it.
Uh-oh, look at what's happening to Wolfii on the old, on the old salmon swimming upstream level there. Those trucks do like to RNG spaz on you, and they certainly did on Wolfii. Still, both runners in the same level, but a difference of about 5 seconds between them now, 5 to 6 seconds. Boy, I'm really hoping for AJ's sake that he's
really close. Oh. That was really close.
Hoping that he's not listening to or watching the stream and knowing just how close Wolfii is on his heels, because he needs to play, you know, just keep his head in the game and not on any other runner right now. Just needs to run as fast as he can to try and keep this slight lead.
Wolfii right behind him. Doesn't go for the 9-1 skip. He just wants to run it in. Fair enough.
Wolfii will have the faster clear of 9-1, however, with incredible movement through here for a 12.1, putting him right on AJ's heels. And Wolfii gets the luckier PTB off of that, and I do consider that down to just luck. Oh no! Wolfie's got the PTB off of 9-3, and AJ misses it first try. Gets something second try, not good enough for him. He resets as Wolfii is pulling ahead into 9-4 here and PPTBing up and over the nastiness of it, while AJ just tries to back this up and walk it in conventionally.
I wanted to say this might be it, but, you know, 9-7.
And Wolfii goes for the 9-5 turnaround off that pillar. Doesn't quite get it, but does manage to back it up without taking the death into 9-6. We'll see him climbing this hill at super speeds because he's one of the fastest, movers in the game right there. That's another place where I expect AJ to lose time, even with a PPTB. And Wolfie's got the PPTB first try up and over 9-7. There is little chance of AJ being able to close this gap now, but it still exists across these final levels, especially 9-10 trying to get the PPTB.
And 9-8, Wolfii doesn't know the PTB for it, so he might just be struggling with the... he gets it. AJ got first try 9-7 though, I think.
And a very fast one too. It had a lot of directionality while also getting the height that he needed. And AJ going for the PTB off of 9-8, putting him into 9-9. Both runners into the same level, about 12 seconds between them. Wolfii with the 9-10 PTB, he's got it, but...
and he got it.
Wolfii
it's over, folks.
Is the winner of this race. And apparently AJ took a death, because there were just a couple of seconds between these guys. He must have taken a death on 9-9.
I think he must have done, yeah.
But into 9-10, first try PPTB, hits the button.
And he gets it too.
Wow. 20-second difference between these two runners. They're fastest folks in the world, both of them coming in with 16-minute times. Goodness. That is quite a race and a half.
Was it that close?
It was that close.
What's the IGT for you, Wolfii?
That close.
1541.
1541, 1551.
Okay.
Wow. 10-second gap.
I should have did more skips.
IGT.
Woo. I choked that entire run. Constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, AJ was ahead until, what was it, 9-2? 9-2, Wolfii got a faster PTB, and that's literally, that's where you gained on him.
I got a minute 55 hell.
But AJ
was ahead came through 9-1 with incredible speed, and AJ was in ahead of you, but you've got that 12-second clear of 9-1, which puts you both into 9-2 within like a half a second of each other. And then I feel like, Wolfii, you just got luckier on throwing that PTB, because on that rounded surface, Don't even try and tell me you can predict how fast the PTB is going to be that you happen to get off of that throw. You can say it. I won't believe it.
I just kept choking, but I brought it back, I guess.
Yeah.
You're lucky. That's all I'll say.
I guess, man.
Because I don't think you get a minute 55 hell often.
I don't.
And that was such a, incredible run just to watch because, you've each got your strengths. AJ pulling out the, you got the PTBs and the PPTBs, any percent inside and out. You got all of the methods. And then Wolfie, you just got all the fucking movement in the game and just all of the speed anywhere that there's movement. So Noah and I are sitting here and we're like, I predict he's going to pull ahead here and then he's going to fall back there. You guys did everything that we predicted, but coming into World 8, you're so close. Who knows? Who knows? It's a flip of a coin.
Yeah. And then it was just down to hell, and Wolfie got a bit luckier. No, not to... all skill, no luck.
A bit of luck
I
on
got that
9-2.
9-3 first try. So
Yeah, I think it comes down to that, the 9-3, and then also, did you take a death on 9-9, AJ?
Yeah, we didn't catch that.
No, I didn't.
I took a death on 9-8.
It just, you were, I don't know, when I looked over last, I could have swore there was just like 12 seconds between you, and then I guess you did end with just 10 seconds between you, so maybe it just felt longer because of the tension of the moment of, oh, they're so close! But that was a hell of a run and a hell of a race. I think that's the most exciting race that we've seen yet, as in two captains of industry in Clustertruck going up against one another. Hell of a thing. And our first 3 race day here. And are we going to be able to stick with that for next weekend, Noah?
Probably, but we'll have to see.
So, to those of you at home, keep your eyes on the challenge.com leaderboard. Link coming in chat shortly. And we hope to see you back here for more races in the weekend to come. So join us again. Everybody want to say goodnight?
Good night.
Goodbye, people.
Good night.
We'll see you next time. On out. I pressed the right button.